back, guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's Triple L with Deb. That's me. We're so glad to have you guys back with us today. We've got something delicious we know you're going to like. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button down there, guys. Leave us a comment and a like. All right. And what we've got for you guys today is going to be some stewed spare ribs. Yep, that's right. The one-pot wonder. You know how we like it. Quick, easy, and fun. All right, guys, let's get to it. All right, guys, so I got my spare ribs, okay? And these are pork spare ribs here, okay? These are St. Louis style pork spare ribs, guys. I want you to see the back of them too, okay? And this is about, I think this is 4 pounds. I didn't really look at the pack, okay? So we've got that. And we're going to have just a little salt here. Just show you over here. Some salt and pepper and an onion. And I've got the chicken broth here, guys, because after we wash it for the third time, yes, the third and final time, and when your water starts to boil out a little bit, we're just going to add some chicken broth. You can use the unsalted if you like. Chicken broth. That way we won't have to keep adding so much flavor. You know, keep putting so much pepper in or salt in there too. So we can add some of that. Hopefully we may not need any, but sometimes I always use like maybe a cup, maybe 2 cups more, okay? So let's get back over to this rib, okay? So I've washed the rib, and that's what we want to do. Make sure you wash it, okay, guys? And just make sure you either can put some gloves on and your hands has been washed first, guys, as we already know. First things first, okay? Just rub it down and wash it some. All right. So now what I'm going to do, okay, and spare ribs, guys, remember it's got the fat in there too, okay? And this is kind of pretty too, guys. It's just got a little bit more of the fat down there. But of course, you know it's going to be in the creases and stuff here where the rib parts are. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to trim some of this off here. So let's just go ahead and just get some of this right here trimmed off, okay? And I've got my kitchen scissors. Wash yourself for my food. I'm just going to trim some of this down, guys, okay? If you want to cut some of it off, you can do that too. But I just like to trim some of that down. And then we're just going to go ahead and cut some of this off, all right? Okay, guys, so after we've already washed the ribs, I'm just going through now. And just follow the bone track here. I'm just going through and I'm just cutting the ribs, okay? We're going to cut them up and then we're going to put them in the water. I've got a pot of water already on, guys, okay? So let's go ahead and get our ribs cut up and then we can put them in there for our first boil with a little bit of the salt and pepper. Now, guys, we're just going to go ahead and drop these in, okay? Drop these in. Then we're going to add a little salt and the pepper. Oh, no salt and pepper. This is our first boil. So we're just going to go ahead and drop these in, okay? Drop these in, and I'm going to put in that little piece we cut off to the side there. All right. And we're just going to let this boil. Of course, you know that when it starts to turn red, we're going to just pull that water off, and we're going to do it again. All right. All right, guys. So we're going to pour the water off. This is our first one, okay? You want to see how it looks like, okay? So we're going to pour this off, okay? And then we're going to clean your pot and stuff out, okay? And then we're going to put more clean water in there, and we're going to add the ribs back, okay? All right, this is hot, guys. All right, so while we're waiting for the second boil, guys, let's go ahead and cut up our onion, okay? So if you just want maybe one medium onion, and remember I said that was about 4 pounds of meat that I had there, okay? So I'm just gonna do like a maybe probably half of this onion here. And if you like more onions, please use the whole thing. If you want a medium, one large onion, use the large onion. I'm just gonna start off and just do half of this onion. And by the time that last boil starts, so get ready, we'll have the onions ready. All right, guys, so this is our second boil, okay? And you see the water is white now. Don't have all the brown, what do you call it? I'm going to keep saying debris. Not residue and debris. You know, the meat, the flavoring from the meat. You know what I'm saying? The meat itself. The nutrients, I should say. We're not going to boil all those away. So, guys, each time we boiled it, the first time I boiled it for about maybe 15, 20 minutes. I was trying to get some of the smoke off there. And this time right here was probably about 15, 20 minutes, about the same, okay? And you see it's white now. So then we should be in business, guys. Let's go ahead and dump it. Pretty much like we did the first one, okay? All right, let's go ahead and dump this off. We're going to add more water. This time we're going to go ahead and add the onions we've chopped up, salt and pepper, and we're going to let it cook for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, okay? And we'll get back. This may be a little steamy, but if you see the ribs, they're getting stewed. See how tender they are? Look. Oh, nice and tender. Now, one of the things, guys, I forgot to tell you about, charge it to my head, not my heart. Okay, some crushed red peppers. Okay, so if you want to add a little bit of that in there, you can. Okay. Just some crushed red peppers. Okay, now we want the water to pretty much cook off. Now, at this time, if you decide that you want to make a little flour, to make some gravy in there, you know, mix your little flour and stuff in there, you know, with a little pot water, and put it in there, let it boil, hey, you can go ahead and do your gravy now. Other than that, we're going to let this cook off just a little bit, okay? And when we take them off, we're going to give you another option to go ahead and use your dry rub on them and place them in the oven, okay? If you don't want to keep them stewed, all right? So right now, we're going to let it go ahead and put this top back on here, all right? We've got the red peppers in there. And go ahead and taste it, guys, and see that it has the pop flavor that you want to, okay? And we're going to put the top back on. And we're going to let the water boil a little bit more. All right, y'all, when you're pot rocking like this here, you got it going on. Guys, look. Okay, so you see that? You see most of the water and stuff have cooked off, but remember we put the chicken broth and stuff in there as well too. So go ahead and taste it now and see if this is the flavor that you want. If not, then add some more seasoning to it, guys. Okay, this is just what I used in there, was just the salt, pepper, and a little of the chicken broth. All right, well, let me remove it from the steam so you can get a real good look. You see those stewed ribs? Look at there. Now, some of the onions may look a little superficial because I did add some onions at the end. Some of them love onions. I thought I had enough in there from the start. But if you just get in there, and I'm going to put it down here. I want you to see the tenderness. Yeah, look at that tenderness. I want you to see this. See how this is? Oh, look at that meat. Look at that meat. How tender is that? Is that nice and tender for you? Oh, wow, man. Look at there. You've got your juice in here. Look at your juice. I remember, and it's just like at the bottom, guys. You can take your juice here, and you can put it on potatoes, cream potatoes, rice. Speaking of rice, I've got something else I want to show you guys too, all right? So just want to go in and look at that, zoom into that. Look at that. See how tender that is? And you want to cook it until it's tender. Okay, and guys, I did cook it for about maybe 40 minutes longer. So almost about 2.5 hours or so. But you can tell by the tenderness, the desired tenderness that you want. This is what I prefer because I still like for it to be on the bone. If you want to cook all the way off, as you see some of this is here. If you see, just come down in here. See how that's chipping away? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Okay. All right, so that there. And now I'm going to show you one other thing. All right, guys, so I'm going to wash just a little bit of this jasmine rice that I had. Okay. I'm going to wash this rice. It's already did, just to get a little bit of starch out. And then over here, I've got, oh, gracious me, I'm going to bring it over here too, y'all. Okay. Okay. So I took a little bit of the pork spare ribs, and I added just about maybe 3/4 cups of water, and then I put some more of the juices from the spare ribs in here, as well as just about maybe half a cup of the chicken broth as well. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this jasmine rice to it. Yep, and I'm going to boil it, and I'm going to have some rice and spare ribs. Now let's open this up, guys. Here, look. It's a little bit of the pork spare ribs with some rice. Remember, we went ahead and we cooked the rice with that. Just a little something added, guys, okay? Just want you to see that you can have your other items with it as well. And it's for the stewed pot spare ribs. We're going to tell you a little bit about that. Come on, join me. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And there you have it. And we hope you enjoyed this video. And remember, it's the stewed spare ribs. If you guys want to add some potatoes to it at the end, 30 minutes before it's finished or to your desired tenderness, go ahead and add it in there. It's so much more you can add. If you decide to take them out, put them in the oven, you can do that. Put your dry rub on, stick them right in. All right? And there you have it, guys. So you know, yep, we're going to ask you again. Hit that subscribe button down there, guys, okay? Leave us a like and a comment. We would love to see you back here again. And guys, remember, you know what time it is. You know what we're going to do. It's the love we share for the life he gives for everyday living.